So, can you believe in God and believe in science? Yes. There seems to be a prevailing misunderstanding in our culture that you either believe in God or you believe in science. I'm not exactly sure where that came from, but it's actually not true at all. Think about our creed. The very first line of our creed, we say, I believe in God, the creator of heaven and earth, and all things visible and invisible. So right off the bat, we acknowledge that God is a creator. And we acknowledge that we believe in things both visible and invisible. There's such a beautiful humility in that statement, and it's also very rational, because we understand that there's a reality that we may not be comprehending right now, which is actually kind of a scientific way of thinking. We were born into a period of history in which faith and science seemed to be pitted against each other, but it was not always so. In fact, the scientific method and science as we know it was born out of the Judeo-Christian worldview. You really can't have a scientific method without a Judeo-Christian worldview, because that worldview assumes that the universe is knowledgeable, ordered, and reasonable, and can be explored. Some of our most well-known scientists were actually Catholic. Think about individuals like Pascal and Pasteur, Galileo and Copernicus, and more recently, Gregory Mendel, who developed genetic theory, and also George Lemaitre, who discovered the Big Bang Theory. What our faith offers us is a larger context to be able to understand science and study science. Science is nothing but the study of God's handiwork. So as Catholics, we don't fear science. We don't need to prove God's existence with science. We shouldn't be giving science that much credit. We already realize that the universe is ordered and rational, and we have to ask ourselves a deeper question of why that's so. Scientists who have studied molecular biology and physics have realized that there's such an order to the universe that even the smallest particles that we are aware of operate according to a set of rules and laws. It begs the question, well, who's the lawgiver? Who set this system up? Who created it? So it's okay to believe in God and to be a scientist and to have a scientific worldview, especially if you acknowledge that there's a creator who gave all of this to us. As Catholics, we are not materialists. And what I mean by that is that we know that our reality is not just things we can see and touch. Our reality is so much bigger, so much more amazing, so much more powerful. Science is nothing less than the study of God's handiwork, and it is a delightful thing to behold and a delightful thing to study. And in fact, it really opens up a larger picture for us to understand reality, helps us understand that we're created in love and for love by a creator who's given us all of these beautiful things in the natural world to understand and to enjoy. And so if you're a scientist, don't be afraid to also have faith. It doesn't make you superstitious. It doesn't make you any less intelligent. It just means that you have a very beautiful humility. And as you study whatever discipline you're interested in, the Lord is going to open up a deeper understanding of all of it to you.